I want to file for a VAWA. Should I withdraw my current I-485 and file a new one with the I-360? What's the penalty of withdrawing?
I would not withdraw it. I would file the I-360, and then when you get the I-485 interview based on the marriage, then substitute the I-360 in, and therefore you don't have to pay a penalty fee again.
My husband's a U.S. citizen, and he filed for my children in Africa on January 7th, 2019. We haven't received approval of an I-130 till now. When should we expect them here in the U.S.? They're 17, 12, and 9.
It takes about 18 months. So if it's more than 18 months, you should be coming to see me.
I filed the I-130 for my 2 children in January 2018. I got the receipt notice last month. I got a notice that their case was transferred to a new office. How much longer before the I-130 is approved?
I have no idea. It depends on how old your children are. If they're under 21, they should have been approved. If they're over 21, it could take years and years.
My spouse is a green card holder. Is it a problem if he petitions for my son who's living outside of the U.S. before petitioning for me? I'm in the States.
It's not a problem. No, you can do that.
I-485 is administratively closed, and I don't want to withdraw my asylum because I don't want USCIS to deny my application for some reason. Can I refile the I-485 with a court instead of the USCIS?
You can't have 2 I-45s pending at the same time.
So what should I do?
I'm not sure. I need to find out more about that case.
Gotcha.
Why he wants to do what he wants to do. But if he comes to us, then we'll figure out the best way to get him his green card.
Okay. All right, and our next one comes from Nam Warning, saying, my mom has a green card for about 2 years now, 10-year. If she applies for Medicaid, will it affect her in any way? Public charge. Thank you, gang.
It only affects her if she's going to apply for a relative. If she's not applying for a relative, it doesn't affect her.
Okay. Sammy saying, hey, Brad, I received my work permit, which shows the advanced parole at the bottom of the card. I also received an approval notice in the mail showing the validity of the parole. Am I safe to travel outside of the U.S.? I live in Maryland. Also, I'm originally from Jamaica. Can I visit Canada, and what documents do I travel with along with the combo card? Thanks for keeping up the good work.
Okay. You can go, the advanced parole, yes, it's safe. The advanced parole allows you to enter the United States. It has nothing to do with Canada or any other country. So, for example, you're Jamaican, you can go to Jamaica because I assume you have a Jamaican passport. So you can use your Jamaican passport to enter Jamaica, and then you take the combo card to come back. Don't stay out of the country for more than 2 weeks. You want to go to Canada, you just can't say, here's my combo card, I'm going to Canada. You need a visa to go to Canada. So you got to apply for a visa to Canada and then come back with the combo card again. Don't stay out for more than 2 weeks.
Okay, Blessed Angel saying, I just got my interview date. We have a child together, but the only thing my name is on for him is the cell phone bill and bank account that was just shut down. Should I be worried?
Well, you have a child together, so that proof that there's some relationship obviously there. The issue becomes is, do you have a relationship today? Because that's what they're going to want to know. The fact that you have a child proves it's not a bogus marriage. But maybe it's a marriage where you had a relationship with this guy, but you're no longer together. And if you're no longer together, then you don't get a green card even though you have a child. You got to be able to prove you're together today. You don't have a lot of documents to prove that. So yeah, I would be worried, and I would definitely go seek the advice of a lawyer.
Okay. Alea saying, if someone had been married for less than 2 years, can USCIS send him the 10-year green card instead of the conditional one? It is normal, or may that be a problem?
No, the law says if you're married for less than 2 years when you get your green card, you get a conditional card. And if you're married for more than 2 years when you get your green card, you get a permanent card. That's the law.
All right, Crystal Terry saying, if someone applies for a VAWA and lives separately from the spouse because of the abuse, does it matter that they only lived together for a month before the separation? Will it affect the VAWA?
Well, you got to prove it was a bona fide marriage, so the longer you were living together, the more likely it is it's a bona fide marriage. But then again, if there was abuse, the police came and, and there's medical records, then obviously you didn't punch yourself in the face or hit yourself or burn yourself or whatever the abuse was. So that in of itself is proof that you were living together.
Okay, and Chuka is saying, hey Brad, a friend used Medicaid and has a 2-year conditional green card, which is due to remove the condition by March next year. Would the public charge affect him, and does he need to stop it before the 15th?
No, the public charge does not affect anything about removing the conditions. It's only about getting the green card. It's not about going from 2 to 10.
Talise Carter saying, my husband filed an I-130 for stepkids. Priority date has gone from April 13th. It's 1 year and 4 months now since he filed the paperwork. Should I file a mandamus?
Yes.
That was pretty easy.
Yes.
All right. Shine Williams saying, after attending your interview for I-751, I was told that they couldn't make a decision that day. It's now been a year and I haven't heard anything back from them. Is this new normal?
No, it's not normal not to have a decision in a year. Give us a call.
Okay. Alan Burden saying, me and my brother came in the U.S. in 2017 on a B2 visa. We both overstayed. My sister filed for my mother and she got her green card earlier this year. My question is, can my mom file for me and my brother? I'm 19. My brother is 16 years old. What are my options?
Yes, your mom can file for both of you. She has a green card.
All right. Regal saying, what documents are required for the N-400?
Proof that you've been a resident green card holder for 5 years. Tax returns, proof that you've been physically living in the United States for 30 out of 60 months. At
the local embassy, but because of a child support warrant, my case is undergoing administrative processing. It's now been more than 8 months since I filed. Is there anything I can do? Does that make sense?
Yeah, they're investigating him for something about child support, so you should give us a call and let's figure out what it is.
Okay, Chris King saying, I applied for a VAWA and there's no receipt yet since over 1 month. Please, can you tell me what's going on?
VAWA is coming to an end unless there's an extension, but they should be sending you a receipt. As long as your check got cashed, if you'd filed an adjustment, you should be okay. If you didn't file an adjustment, there's no filing fee for the I-360, so you gotta just hope that you will get it in a couple days.
Okay. Judith saying, I have a green card for almost 7 years, only lived here permanently for a little over a year. Before that, I just used to visit the USA every 4 months, spend about 2 to 3 weeks, then leave. When can I get my citizenship?
5 years from the time you got your green card, as long as no trip was more than 6 months. If there's a trip more than 6 months, then it's 5 years from the last trip that was more than 6 months.
Tyrese saying, I'm 19. I came here when I was 17, which now caused me to have an unlawful presence.
I just want to say one more thing on the citizenship.
Oh, okay.
And you have to be able to prove that you were physically here 30 out of 60 months. Now go.
Okay. Tyrese saying, I'm 19. I came here when I was 17, which now caused me to have an unlawful presence. My mom is a green card holder. Can she file for me?
Yes.
I applied for my VAWA since 6 weeks. There's no update or receipt yet. Please, what's going on?
The VAWA is coming to an end. So unless Congress extends it, that's why they're not probably sending these late ones that are coming in now.
Sheesh.
So hopefully, I can't imagine Congress is not going to extend it.
Okay.
Just got to wait to the end. So they're holding everything right now.
Right, right. Shane Diamond saying, hey, can a dismissed charge or deferred judgment and dismissed case stop you from being citizen? I did my interview but didn't get an answer yet.
Yeah, because it could be still bad moral character even though you don't have a conviction.
My documents were submitted in April. My daughter and I did our biometrics in May, not August 19th. We received a letter addressed to my daughter requesting initial evidence last recent tax filed for my daughter, but I haven't received the letter, my letter, even though they were sent out together. My attorney submitted the documents, but she's not returning my calls, texts, or emails, nor has she given me a copy of my files.
You're entitled to a copy of your file. The attorney's violating your rights by not giving you, and you can file a complaint against your attorney if you don't get a copy of your file. Number two, if they're asking for more evidence, that means the attorney did not do his or her job properly because they didn't file the case properly. Now, why your daughter got and you didn't, I don't have the slightest idea, but maybe you have to start thinking about switching attorneys.
Yeah. We're going to this one. Ever Blessed Andrea saying, hey, Brad, I'm married to a green card holder and I'm in the U.S. He filed his citizenship and submitted me and my 2 kids under 21, I-130. How long will it take for them to come here?
About 18 months.
Where are they now with the F2B?
June 1st, 2014.
All right, AJ, is it mandatory to have joint taxes for the N-400?
Only if you're basing it on 3 years of marriage.
Alejandra saying, is USCIS doing last in, first out for EADs?
No.
Okay, NC Ikepay saying, I have an F1, returned back home, came back to the U.S. with a visitor's visa, overstayed 7 months. I'm now back home for 2 years. I got denied lately for a new F1. Is there hope for returning to the U.S.?
Unlikely.
All right, Jeanette saying, filed the I-130 and I-485 since January 2019. Still no EAD. Is it normal for my case to still show that it was received?
How long has it been?
Since January 2019.
Yeah, 8-9 months is a problem. You should come see us.
William Joe saying the 221G means after interview.
Means that you got denied for some reason.
My friend lives in Virginia, but she wants to file in New York. She wants to know if it'll affect her application. She's on Emergency Medicaid, and her daughter has Child Health Plus. Will that affect their application? Also,
Emergency Medicaid, yes. Child Health Plus, no.
Okay, and also she's should be sent back to Virginia for her interview. Will she be sent back to Virginia for her interview if she does it in New York?
Does what?
She applies in New York.
Why would she be sent back to Virginia? If you apply where you live, not where you feel like
applying. So she can't apply in New York?
No, you have to apply where you live.
Okay. Natalie Mi-Young saying, for someone married a year and on and off, should we get a lawyer or go straight to filing? She's been here a couple years before she got married.
Get a lawyer. You're asking a lawyer to get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer, right.
Come on.
Petegay Salami saying, hey, I have a friend that just found out that she's on a deportation list. So what's the next step she can take?
I don't know what you mean by deportation list. Has she been ordered deported, or she's about to go get a hearing for deportation? The next step, as soon as you hear deportation,
get a lawyer.
Exactly. Right.
How much do personal assets contribute to adjustment of status for the I-130 spouse?
Very little.
Okay. And Ken Kibbett saying, hey, Brad, what can be an alternative if you filed for VAWA and get denied apart from reapplying?
It's like, how do you get a green card? Come see me.
Jacqueline Martinez saying, hey, Brad, where can I get my mother's school record back in the 40s? She was a student in New York in a public school, but I don't know the name of the school. I need this information to apply for my citizenship.
Oh, I guess she's trying to prove that her mother was a citizen, maybe?
Right.
You have to go to the New York Board of Education. That's where I'd start.
Okay. My daughter's friend says that International Student Office at his college informed him that his student visas expired. He can't register for classes for fall and he's deportable. What should he do?
Reinstate your student status. Come see me.
Sandra Salinas saying, question, does the new public charges apply to permanent residents?
No.
Jessica Leamy saying, so there's no hope for VAWA?
No. The hope's going to be this month. They're going to most likely extend it. I'm sure they will. I would be shocked if it's not.
Okay. Vinette saying, will there be an issue to file for someone who's overstayed their visitor's visa? They're married to a U.S. citizen for about 4 months now and have been together for 3 years.
No, file.
Can WIC affect the new rule?
Yep.
AJ, is it mandatory to have taxes filed as married, filing jointly when applying for N-400 when married to a U.S. citizen, or filing married but separately?
If you're basing it on 3 years of a bona fide marriage, you have to show up with joint taxes.
Justin Brown saying, just married my wife. She is a Jamaican citizen, but she has a B-1 visa. Can I put her on my taxes as a dependent?
Yes. File a W-7 for a tax ID number. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.